Hey yo, what is up everybody? It is Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video. And this is part 3 for What If Deku was a Saiyan. And I just released What If Naruto Never Got Kurama. And I'm pretty sure it's still uploading, but I will be making part 3 and I will start a new series after part 3. So make sure to keep an eye on for that. And to please like and subscribe. And let's begin. To be honest, I don't really remember what or where we started from. Let me just think back to where we started from, because I legit don't remember. That's kind of my fault, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's definitely my fault for not remembering. So, my bad. Let me just. Hey yo, I'm back, and I just did a little research to see where I was up to, and this is when Deku was training in basically the gravity chamber that Melissa's shield created for him. And so how this was created was of Melissa's her technology. Very smart, just like Bulma, and loves creating stuff. So that's how it's going down so far. And that's it for now. And we move from the creating of the gravity chamber, and they have a day off for about, I don't know how many days they have a day off for, but they have a day off for a couple days, and Deku spent this time training. I'm pretty sure I said like a month in the chamber. I said that before, but yeah, since they had I said he was training in there for a month or so, but I'm gonna add another 3 days to it, since now he will be on times 100 gravity. So yeah, and this is when they'll be starting the sports festival very soon. I skipped a month so that they can have an extra few days of training, extra training time. Deku used this training time very usefully, unlike the rest of his classmates who didn't use his time carefully. So that's how it's gonna go so far for Midoriya. And if I sound a little tired or weird, it's because I just woke up and recording this right now, so apologies if I don't have any energy. We move. So now it is time for the sports festival, and first was the race, and I don't really have to say much because Midoriya, or Deku, destroyed the race faster than anyone can see. Then Bakugo comes second, Todoroki comes third, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it so far. Now the cavalry battle, and it's pretty simple. The cavalry battle is pretty simple. Midoriya, he picked the people to join in his team were Melissa Shield, Mei Hatsume, and I'm gonna say, since the Uraraka thing kinda did happen, I'm gonna say Uraraka as well. No, I'm not gonna say Uraraka. We need our boy Tokoyami. Tokoyami's the lead. Midoriya is on top. No, we can't do Midoriya on top. He's 2% body fat, so they'll struggle. So Midoriya is the front rider. Miss Lissa and Mei Hatsume are at the back, and Tokoyami's on top with a 10 million point headband, and stacked with everyone else's. So Midoriya will be taking all the brute damage, and Mei Hatsume has those little boot gadget thingies, and so does, Melissa's shield. These two are the greatest inventors that they have, so they're just gonna stay in the air. Midoriya flies everyone into the sky, and Melissa and Melissa and May use their repulsors to repulse themselves into the air so that they won't fall off and just get smushed into the ground. So they're basically just gonna fly. Todoroki tries to reach them with his ice, but then Midoriya just flies higher and just avoids them. And sorry for the background noises. I apologize, but we move, and Midoriya's team still wins, and now it's the 1v1 battles. And I apologize for the noise again. It's irritating me too. I apologize if you hear any of it, but we move. So now it is the 1v1 battles, but first they had their lunch. Midoriya just had a light snack, so did his friends, that because he told them to not eat too much because you're gonna need, well, you don't want stitches or stuff like that to happen when you're fighting. So yeah. The first match would be Shinso and Midoriya. So this is how it would go. Shinso walks into the stadium with Midoriya also coming along. Shinso and Midoriya stand in the arena, and Shinso yells at Midoriya saying, "So how does it feel to be blessed with such a good quirk, and not to be ridiculed for all your life for having such a good quirk? How does it feel to not be treated as a villain?" And Midoriya says to Shinso, Midoriya doesn't reply, since the guy with the tail, can't remember his name. Ojiro, was it? Yeah, I think it was Ojiro. Ojiro told him not to talk to the guy because he has a brainwashing quirk. And sorry for the quick pause, but some noise was getting a bit too loud. But we move. So, oh, my apologies. But we move. So, the 1v1s started, and Shinso's talking about how much of a blessing his quirk, Midoriya's quirk is, and how much his quirk is just terrible, and tries to brainwash him, saying random stuff. And Midoriya doesn't budge and just starts walking, and Shinso just starts to back up and starts thinking, how the hell does he know about my quirk? That tail man, Ojiro, must have told him. And he's trying to back up, but then he quickly tries to dash at Midoriya, tries to hit him with a right hook. Midoriya just grabs the attack. And I'm not gonna say what most what if YouTubers say on how Midoriya forfeits the match and stuff. I'm not gonna say that because I want my boy Deku to win this match. So I'm gonna say Midoriya gives him a word of advice, saying you should just train harder, so you can actually become a good hero. Don't just rely on your quirk. That's why you're weak. You just rely too much on your quirk. Actually try to learn something else besides using your quirk. And gives him a speech about stuff, and then knocks him out the arena, just pushes him off, and the next fight begins. All the normal fights happen, and this is the part where Midoriya and Todoroki come in and start the fight. Endeavor was walking in the halls. Midoriya just walks past him, but Endeavor grabs him by his shoulders and says, "You better make Shoto use his fire side." Midoriya gives him a glare, and Endeavor takes his hand off, shocked by the aura that was surrounding Midoriya, and starts walking off. And I haven't forgotten about the awesome grade 8 state, so don't worry, I might bring that back sometime, but not now, so far, not now. But it's already gonna be a one-man stomp. Todoroki starts sending ice, and that doesn't work out. He starts sending more ice, that still doesn't work out. Midoriya is just using Ki Blast after Ki Blast, destroying all of his ice. And Todoroki's just using all of his ice. And Midoriya sees that he's starting to get frostbite. And Midoriya says to Todoroki, use your fire side. You're never going to win this way. You're just making yourself weaker. You're not giving anyone any favors. Doing anyone any favors here. And Todoroki says, what do you know? I'm not going to use that damn fire side. That belongs to my old man. And Midoriya says, Todoroki, you were born with that power. It wasn't given to you. That power is yours. It's yours, Shoto. Use it. And Shoto remembers and has PTSD and remembers all of his past. It's basically PTSD. I think it's PTSD at least. He remembers his past and his mother. That's what I reckon. I just reckon it's PTSD. If it's not, then my bad. But Todoroki remembers what his mom said. Be the hero you can be. That's what keeps replaying on his head. And Todoroki burst into flames. His left side. I think, yeah, it was his left side. His left side begins to be covered with a flame. And Midoriya smiles and says, Finally, Todoroki, you can actually put up a little bit of a challenge. And Todoroki tells Midoriya, you asked for this. You're gonna pay. Giving Midoriya a smile. And Midoriya enters Kaioken times 2. His pseudo version of Kaioken. And he enters that state and charges a Kamehameha and Todoroki, a flash freeze wave. Todoroki comes close, and Cementos and Midnight try to stop the attacks, but Todoroki hits the attack, and Midoriya blows all those pillars away with his Kamehameha wave, and knocking Todoroki out of the arena with a one strike. Todoroki was out cold, and they called the recovery girl on the scene because Todoroki was knocked out. And that's the end of that match. That's the end of that match. And now we move to the semifinals. Whoever wins, wins. And then we move to the finals. The finals between Bakugo and Midoriya. Bakugo walks up, using explosions in his hand, saying, this is all over for you, Deku. And Midoriya just walks into the stadium calm and collective. But Bakugo starts hurling insults at him, saying, you stupid monkey, you're good for nothing. You're still weak compared to me. I will knock you down a peg or two. Bakugo starts using his hands and using explosions and dashes towards Midoriya using his explosions, saying, die! But that didn't turn out very well because Midoriya is an expert with close quarters combat, and Bakugo just got whooped. He just got wailed on by Midoriya. Midoriya starts using some martial arts moves and starts beating on Bakugo, and Bakugo was laying on the stadium floor, beaten and bruised. And Bakugo still has the will and strength to get up and says, Deku, you've been looking down on me, your quirk. It's not just a monkey tail. You tell me what your quirk is right now, or else I'll destroy you. And Midoriya says to Bakugo, you don't really have the right to know anything. To be honest, you shouldn't be even asking me this question. Look at you. You're in the sorry state because you wished it. You wished it upon yourself. So Bakugo, just give up. I don't need to hurt you anymore. And Bakugo was enraged and blasted himself into the air, using a howitzer impact and yelling, howitzer impact! Trying to finish Midoriya off, but Midoriya took the full impact without any injuries, walks towards Bakugo, and enters Super Saiyan 2. Yes, my boys, yes, boys. Yes, boys and girls. He has entered Super Saiyan 2. The whole month and the 3 days was for him to grow to Super Saiyan 2. And he's awakened it. He's in the power of Super Saiyan 2. and he just walks to Bakugo, flexing his aura and scaring Bakugo to make him walk backwards even further, and Midoriya dashes towards him and gives him like an air punch. The thing that Goku did to Chi-Chi in the World Tournament that just knocked her out with an air punch. He basically did that to Bakugo. He was sent flying, hurling into the wall, and was knocked out. Midoriya was the champion, or the winner, of the UA Sports Festival. And we moved to the internships. Midoriya still didn't get as much interns as Todoroki because he's the son of Endeavor and stuff, but Todoroki invited Midoriya to join him in his father's, agency. And, to be honest, Midoriya accepted this very well. And, he just started to walk with Todoroki to his father's agency. And they arrived, and Endeavor just looked at Midoriya with a scowl on his face, saying, whispering in his ear, "You're only here to make Todoroki stronger." And Midoriya just scoffs and says, "Just at least give me a bit of training, or else I might just leave. Just give me a bit of hero experience, that's all I'm here for." That's what he says. And, they did their patrols, and Midoriya learned a lot, taking notes of everything he saw and whatever hero stuff they did. And they did training with Todoroki, and Todoroki got exponentially stronger, even stronger than he used to be. He's about the same strong as season 5 Todoroki now. He's the same strong as season 5 Todoroki, with the expertise and stuff. And they went to Hosu because of the Nomu incident. Not because of Tomura, but because of All For One. He decided to have a little bit of fun and release some low-end Nomus to attack the city. And, he got a new successor. Yeah, he found himself a new successor. And, it's interesting. The new successor is the... I won't spoil anything for you, but he found a new successor. He came in contact with him after the sports festival. And, that's basically how it's going so far. He found himself a new successor. And so they went to Hosu City. Midoriya, Todoroki, and Endeavor, fighting off all the low-end Nomus, defeating them with ease. And Midoriya senses danger and senses someone's about to die, and instantly uses Kaioken and blitzes over to where Ida was. He was about to get killed when Midoriya comes in and kicks Stain right in the face, knocking him back into a wall, or into a building. And Midoriya says to Stain, "What do you think you're doing?" And also says to Ida, "What the hell do you think you're doing here, Ida?" And Ida says, "Get out of here, this is my fight. You don't need to interfere." And Midoriya says, "Well, Ida, it is my fight now." And Ida yells, "How would you know anything of how I feel? My brother was injured. My apologies, let me say that again. I can't talk right now, but you don't know how I feel. My brother was injured, and now he can't even do hero work. He's paralyzed. You know what that feels like. He almost got killed." And Midoriya says to him, "Well, Ida, if your brother almost got killed, he doesn't want to see you get killed now, does he?" And Ida just starts realizing what he was doing and says, "Oh no, what have I done?" And Stain comes rushing back saying, "So, another little brat, are you one of his friends?" And tries to stab Midoriya. But you know how Goku caught Trunks' blade as Super Saiyan with one or two fingers? He basically did the exact same thing, but with one finger. And Stain was surprised beyond belief. He didn't know anyone had such power. And he backs off a little bit, saying, "What's your name, child?" And Midoriya says, "My name is Izuku Midoriya." And yeah, and that's basically it so far. And they had their fight. So they're fighting right now. And Ida's just watching this, still paralyzed, and Todoroki followed Midoriya and started to join the fight as well. It was pretty much a one-man stomp, really. It's staying at the back foot all the time, getting pushed back by Midoriya and Todoroki. This isn't much of a fight, but they're still fighting. Deku's just holding back since he wants a good fight and wants to tell Stain that talk to Stain, see what he's trying to plan here, because Stain has his ways, and Midoriya heard of Stain and was interested in how he did things. He was interested in how he thought there were fought and killed fake heroes, and yeah, that's basically what Midoriya was interested in. And he starts talking to Stain mid-fight, and Stain tells him that fake heroes roam this world. All Might is the only true hero. All these heroes you see nowadays only fight for fame, money, and glory, power. They only fight for those things. They don't even fight for the sake of civilians. This is why I've started this. And Midoriya understands what Stain's coming from, or where Stain's coming from. And, ends the fight quickly now because he heard what Stain's reasonings were. And, give me 1 second. Yo, sorry about that. I just had a sneeze and it caught me real quick. But hey, I'm back. And Deku ended Stain with one punch, and he was put to the ground very fast. And they tied him up, and Ida didn't even get his chance to prove himself. And yeah, he still got his speech. But the guy, the chief, talked to the chief, giving Endeavor the credit for killing, or not killing, but stopping Stain and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically it for them. And the internships were cut short again. And sorry about that. That's some noise, but we will move on, and we will be moving on to the next part, and I'll be talking about the next part in a little bit. So sorry for the audio quality right now. Sorry if I sound a bit ill or like really tired, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.